Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm just going to be playing with some new makeup. So if you're new here, welcome to my channel. I'm really happy that you're here, and I would really appreciate if you would hit that subscribe button and also the notification bell so you'll know when I put out a new video. Now let's go ahead and get started with applying all of this makeup. I do have a lot of makeup here. Some of it is old, some of it is new. Well, not old, but you know what I mean. Some of it I've used for a while, and then some of the products are new. So for the first product that I want to go ahead and put on my face is this NYX Plump Right Back. I recently posted a video where I used this. This has been really good for my skin. I mean, I really can tell that it sinks into the skin. It feels really good, like a moisturizing gel. It actually helps with keeping my makeup at bay. I like that it's very smooth going on, and then after a while when it dries, it has just a slight bit of tackiness. But yeah, it feels really good on the skin. I've been really enjoying it. So yeah, I wanted to go ahead and use it again today. So now I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. Matte Putty Primer. This is one that I used in the other video as well. So I'm going to quickly put this on the center of my face. I have been going through this like crazy. I was using like the Hard Candy Smoothing Primer. I was using the MAC Mattifying Primer. There was quite a few primers that I was starting to use. And then the other day when I used this, I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta use that again because I really do love the way it keeps the center matte. I don't get super oily. Yeah, really like this product. So I do want to put on some of this Charlotte Tilbury corrector. This is in the shade 2. It's like a little peachy corrector. I do want to use this underneath my eyes to kind of block out some of those dark circles. I've been going to bed a little bit later than normal, and I need something to cover up the results of not getting a lot of sleep. I love this corrector. It's so good. It doesn't mess with my concealer at all. Okay, so for eye primer. For eye primer, I'm going to go in with my P. Louise Base Pro. This is one of my favorite eye primers. I recently tried one from Revolution. I noticed the other day it made my eyelids crease. I don't know if it was because I was hot. I'm not sure, but it really didn't do as good of a job as the P. Louise. So unfortunately, that one, after testing it for a few days, that one just did not play well with my eyelids. Over time, it made my eyeshadow crease. So didn't like it. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply the P. Louise to my eyelids. I'm gonna go ahead and take a little bit of powder and set that. I do like to set this primer, and you can set it with any powder. I just set it with whatever I have here. So for eyeshadow today, I'm gonna use the Lorac Winter Rose palette. I love all the Lorac shadows. I just recently purchased a lot of these. I wanted to go ahead and use this because I wanted to show you guys how it went on the eyelid. This is a really easy palette to use, and of course the giveaway is going to be announced at the end of this video. But yeah, I love the Lorac shadows. They're just so creamy and easy to apply. And I'm just running this all through the crease. I went in with this shade right here first. I'm gonna go in with this one next. This one I'm just going into the crease with. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab this shade right here, and I'm gonna put it all over the lid. The shade is very creamy. I'm just packing that onto the lid. This shade has like a little bit of shimmer or like glitter particles. It's not like so intense that it looks like super glittery, but it looks like it has like some glitter particles in it. It's very light, so I'm probably going to go over the middle of my lid with the shade that's next to it in the palette, but it's really nice to put like on the inner corner or the inner part of the eye. Now I'm going to go into this shade right here. Like I said, I'm just going to go right on the middle of the lid. Now I'm going to take this shade right here. This is a really pretty like burgundy shade. I'm just going to put that on the corner and into the crease. You could even use this really pretty burgundy shade all over the eyelid and call it a day because it does have some like frost to it. I actually bit my lip. I know you guys can see that. It's a big red dot on my lip, and I bit my lip and it hurt like heck. And now I'm putting that CeraVe on my lip. It looks horrible. Now I'm gonna use the deeper shade that's in here. This one's like a chocolate brown. I'm going to just dab that on the outer corner. I'm not going into the crease with this. I just wanna kind of give this shadow some depth. That's why I put it on the outer corner. Now I'm gonna go back into this shade right here, and I'm just gonna put a little bit on the lid. I accidentally brought that other shade down too low. So for foundation, I'm gonna go in with the Lancome Tint Idol Ultra Wear Foundation. This is a foundation that I actually started using again. I have a lighter shade here. It's a little bit light than what my neck is, but I'm gonna go ahead and bronze up so it's not gonna look horribly bad. I went back to using this foundation because I had seen someone on YouTube actually using the foundation and it looks so gorgeous on their skin. I was like, I'm gonna try that again. So this is a very nice foundation. It is not completely full coverage, so I am gonna use some of my Tarte Shape Tape, but it is a beautiful foundation on the skin, and I'm going in with my Sephora 70 brush, the brush that I've been loving. I'm just gonna go in with a little bit of Tarte Shape Tape, put that in with my brush. So for concealer, I'm gonna go in with the Revlon Colorstay Skin Awaken Concealer. This is a 5-in-1 concealer. This says it has caffeine and vitamin C, which I am excited about because caffeine actually wakes up the eyes. Vitamin C is really good for your skin. So it says it's a 5-in-1 concealer. It erases, it perfects, it brightens, it hydrates, and it also refreshes the eyes. It comes with a little sponge. I'm gonna squeeze the tube so some product can come out. I'll place it right here and right here. And then I'm gonna use a brush. I'm gonna use my IT Cosmetics concealer brush, and I'm just gonna blend that into the under eye. It's a very lightweight concealer. It doesn't feel like super thick under the eyes. It's blending really well with the brush. It's not streaking. Looks like it covered up really well. I would say that it's an almost full coverage. I don't think it's a full coverage concealer, but it's almost full coverage. And it doesn't look like drying under the eyes. It looks really nice. I'm gonna put a little bit of this to highlight this area. I'm gonna put a little bit on my nose, my upper lip, my chin, and I'm just going to blend that with this brush. I'm gonna use my RCMA Topaz powder to actually set my entire face. I'm not gonna set my under eyes just yet. I'm gonna go in with this new product by NYX. This is called the Thicket Stick It. This is an eyebrow product, and this is in the shade Espresso. So this says that it is a brow mascara. It's 16-hour wear. It's a vegan formula as well. It has like hair-like fibers. I'm gonna go ahead and use this by itself because I wanna see if it transforms my brows. But this is what the product looks like. It comes like in a tube, and it has a brush. So this is the brush right here. I'm gonna brush this through my brows and see what it does. It seems like very thick. It reminds me of their, what is it, their glue eyebrow product. It's a new one that just came out. Okay, so look at this brow and look at this one. I think it did a pretty good job. It doesn't look like overdone. It looks kind of natural. I will say that it didn't fill in like the space right here, which I probably will go back in with pencil. But so far so good. It doesn't look bad. I know this didn't get a lot of good reviews, but I still wanted to try it because everybody's tastes are different. Some people like certain products because, you know, they're formulated a certain way, and sometimes you just got to try them for yourself. It does deposit some color, but I would say that if you use this, you're probably gonna have to go in with like a pencil for like sparse areas. But if you have like really thick, beautiful dark brows, I honestly don't think you're gonna have a problem with this because it does deposit some color, and I think it'll make those thicker, fuller, like darker brows look really beautiful. So yeah, this is what it looks like. I am gonna go in with a little bit of my Charlotte Tilbury pencil, just in those areas that are looking a little like sparse. All right, so it looks good. It doesn't look too bad. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to setting these under eyes. I'm gonna use this Sephora Microsmooth powder. I went to Sephora and the girl was telling me to use this powder underneath my eyes, that it looks really, really smooth. And so I love the Microsmooth powder for my face. I actually use the shade Tan, and I use this all over my face as a finishing powder because it's so like beautiful on the skin. But I wanted to go ahead and use this for my under eyes just to try it, just to check it out. I am gonna look to see if I have any creases. I have very minimal creases from the Revlon concealer, so that's pretty impressive. So now I'm gonna go in with my little powder puff, and then I'm just going to press it into the under eye. Wow, that looks really good. Oh my gosh, that looks really, really smooth. So far, so good with this, guys. I am gonna wear this today, so I will let you know in the description box whether this creased or if it kind of broke up, but so far that looks really smooth and beautiful, and it kind of like brightened my eye a little bit. So for bronzer, I'm gonna go in with my Scott Barnes palette. I've been loving this thing. So, so good. And I just take Slice, Chiseled, and Frame. I just kind of dip my brush in all three of them and then put it on my cheeks. And put it on my forehead, blend my forehead in the sides of my temples. And I take a little bit on my chin. All right, so that's it for the bronzer. I'm going to show you guys a blush. So I have been loving the Patrick Ta blush palette. I'm sorry that it's dirty, but it's bound to happen. It's that type of packaging that gets really dirty quickly. So I usually have this window here. It's broken. I know when I did film my Sephora haul that a lot of you said that y'all's was the same way. So I didn't want to take it back. I ended up keeping it, but I just started using it and I love it, guys. It's so, so gorgeous on the cheeks. And today, I guess what I want to do, I want to kind of stay with that rosed, you know, kind of like that soft brown look. So I'm going to go in with this shade right here. And what I like to do is I like to put the powder on first, and then I like to go on top with the cream. See how beautiful his blushes are? I love the formula. I take kind of like a little foundation brush and I go into the cream part, and then I just press it onto the cheek part where the blush is. It intensifies it a little bit. Then what I'm going to do is go back into the Winter Rose palette. I do want to do the lower lash line. I'm going to take this shade right here in the middle, and I'm just going to run that on the bottom lash line. I am going to set my blush. So I take a little bit of my RCMA powder, and I don't put a lot on, but my hair sticks to my skin every time I put my makeup on. And then I just kind of press it. Then I'm going to go ahead and finish off with the Sephora Microsmooth Powder in Tan. Blend everything together. I am going to take a little bit of my Guerlain. These are the Meteorite Gold Pearls. I'm going to use this like on the tops of my cheeks. I'm also going to use it like on my forehead. These are what they look like. Such a beautiful product for the skin. I've used it all over. I've used it just to highlight. It is gorgeous. So I'm just going to place it on my forehead right here. Now this is not like your intense highlighter. This is very soft. That's why I've used it all over my skin. But today I'm just going to highlight just this area here. It's just so like beautiful and soft. I love it. I am going to go in with this e.l.f. lip pencil in mauve. I don't know if you guys have gotten a chance to try them, but they're really good. They're very creamy, pigmented. They go on very smooth. So yeah, I've been really loving them. Look how creamy that goes on. I love these. They're so good. I am going to go in with this lipstick that I got from L'Oreal. It is one of their newer lipsticks. It has like a gloss finish to it. This one is actually in Nude Haven. It's such a pretty nude shade. It has this really beautiful like creamy finish. It has that L'Oreal smell. You know, their lipsticks kind of smell like perfume sometimes. It doesn't bother me, but yeah, look how pretty that is. Such a pretty, like, kind of like a mauvey nude shade. So for the last product, I have this NYX Plump finish. This is a setting spray, and this is what it looks like. This also has electrolytes. It actually came out when this came out. This one I got like at a later date. I didn't pick them up at the same time. But I'm gonna shake it up. I'm gonna spray my face. That spray is intense. So I didn't have a lot of information about the finishing spray, but I did look it up. But it says here that it is cruelty-free, vegan, infused with 5 electrolytes and vitamins, which are aloe, magnesium, zinc, citric acid, and biotin. It provides up to a 24-hour wear, reduces makeup transfer, which is huge right now, and smudging, and keeps makeup looking fresh all day. The skin-loving formula naturally leaves skin feeling hydrated and looking moisturized all day without appearing oily. So super excited to see how this actually works out for my skin. I do feel like it sprayed pretty like heavy, but I will say that I do love the way it dried down. It didn't dry down like wet and look like greasy or oily or anything. So I really do like the finish of it so far. I will see later whether it transfers a lot and whether it holds my makeup on all day. I will be wearing this makeup today. I'll just list stuff in the description box and let you guys know what worked and what didn't. But so far, everything I used as far as the new products, I really do like. I'm really surprised about the Thicket Stick It Eyebrow Mascara. I really thought that I wasn't gonna like this in the end, but I really do like it. I think all I had to do was just like kind of fill in those sparse areas, and this pretty much did all the work. So I do like this, especially for like an everyday basis. I will see if it kind of gets crusty on my eyebrows. If I touch my eyebrow and it looks white, I don't want that. So I want to go ahead and test this and make sure that it is something that I want to be using from now on. This lipstick that I got from L'Oreal, I love it. I love the formula. It feels very light on the lips and it's really creamy. It has like a slight gloss to it, which I like, but it's very comfortable on the lip. And I am loving this Sephora Microsmooth powder for my under eyes. I don't know about you guys, but can you tell that my under eyes look super smooth? They look really good. And for the Revlon concealer, I think the concealer looks really good too. It held up really well. Before I put on that powder, it didn't crease, but maybe one little line here and one little line here. So far, that's good for me. I will keep you guys up to date on all the stuff that I put on my skin today that was new. Everything else I have tried, I love, and hopefully I will be putting out a new current favorites here pretty soon. I just have to gather everything because I got a lot of stuff to show you guys. I really need to organize it and get it ready for that video because it is a lot of stuff. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.